This video is episode 7, my transition. Every Friday, I put out videos in which I talk about my transition. My name is Jessica Maden. On my YouTube channel, I talk about inspiring ideas. I help people raise their awareness by becoming more resilient, more courageous, and strong. Reminding you once again that the 100th YouTube subscriber will receive a free gift, which I will personally ship out to you wherever you might be in this world. Wherever you might be, free. Without further ado, let me get right into it. Episode 7, my transition. In this video, I'm going to be fast forwarding 6 years to 2007. The reason why I'm doing this is because I have to get on with it and I have to get to the point of my transition. So I only have 3 videos left. I'm only putting out 10 videos on this topic. So at episode 10, we're going to be finishing the series. And that's it. I won't be talking about this anymore after episode 10. So that's why I decided I'm going to fast forward to 6 years, from 2001 to 2007. Right. In 2007, I moved to a new location. I was made aware shortly after I moved to that new location that a woman who lived on that block had committed suicide. Now, the way it was described was gruesome. Somebody who had seen her after she had committed suicide, after she jumped off a roof, described that it was pretty gruesome and it was pretty horrible what she saw. I won't go into details. Now, I was quite envious of this woman, actually. I wished it was me. I wished I was the one who committed suicide. I was desperate to end the inner turmoil. I was desperate to end the pain, the inner turmoil, which was just... My apologies. I'm sorry. One Friday night, I walked over to that building where this woman lived. I creeped up 5 flights of stairs. And I walked past the apartment door where my friend lived. My friend lived a few doors away from where this woman who had committed suicide used to live. I walked past his apartment and my heart was racing. I don't want anybody to catch me, obviously, because this is it. I want to do this right. My heart was racing. How am I going to do this? I can't. I can't do this. No, I just can't. No, I just can't. That's how I felt at the time. I thought to myself, yes, Jessica, or as I was known at the time, as my name was back then, Zalman Mandel, I thought to myself, yes, you can. You could end this pain. You could end this inner turmoil. You definitely can. Because it's so painful. Living for the people around me. Just to make the people around me happy. Not to upset them. I said to myself, you could end this living turmoil. You could finally be free from living in order to please everyone but yourself. Just end it now, I said to myself. Just end it now. Why put me through more suffering? Have I not suffered enough? I thought to myself. I pursued. I got to the top of the building, feeling secure, and that's it. I'm going to do this. I get to the top of the building. The door was locked. The door was locked. I thought to myself, okay. I'll have to try this another day. I couldn't tell anybody about this because I don't want anybody to stop my plans. So I kept quiet about this. I tried another day. And again, I went through the same conversation in my head. I said, you can't do this. No, you have to do this. Enough is enough. I've been through enough. I've been living for everybody else but myself. It's enough. I can't do it anymore. I got to the top of the building, and once again, the door was locked. I didn't actually get to the top of the building. I couldn't get to the roof because the door was locked once again. The inner turmoil inside me was like a raging storm. It made me feel so helpless and so awful, to the point where living with like stomach pain or living with heart racing palpitations, which is something I live with every day, all the time, became the new normal. It was the inner turmoil was getting a lot stronger, and the racing heart, the heart palpitations were just terrible. I remember waking up in the morning at times, and I had to go and pray. So I got myself prepared to go and pray, but I just couldn't get out the door. I had to find out if there's other people who are living in a similar predicament. Now, at the time, I already had a bit of internet, so I was able to do a bit of research. And the research I found on the topic was not very good, because most of the comments people who had transitioned, most of the comments they had gotten, at least from the sites I visited, most of the comments they had gotten was all about ridicule, was all about, you're crazy, you're delusional, you think you're a tree, maybe you're a tree, you're just hurting the whole world, you're a selfish person, you're the most selfish person on planet Earth. Maden never wanted to be a selfish person. That was never, ever my thing. I don't want to be a selfish person, so why would I do something which would deem me as selfish? I remember at the time, in that particular day, I got myself out the door, and I made a commitment to go to a therapist. Regardless, of course, the therapist has to be not religious, because I'm not going to a therapist who's religious. I'm just going to get a repeat of the same recording. You're crazy. You're just not strong enough. You're hurting the people around you. How dare you hurt the people around you? You should be making the people around you happy. Please live selflessly. I would often tell myself, and I kind of got the impression I need to live in a selfless reality. And so, to commit suicide, I got the impression would be selfish. But obviously I got to the point where there's nothing more for me to do. But from the other side of things, I had to live selflessly. So I wasn't even allowed to have my inner dialogue. It was absolutely insane. I remember at one point I said, that's it, I'm going to a psychotherapist. I have to get to the bottom of this. Now, making that choice was a little different this time than it was in 2001. It was actually quite different than in 2001. To go to a psychotherapist in 2007 was sort of a little harder, let's say. But I made a conscientious choice to do what I have to do to survive. I contacted a friend who somehow got in touch with a psychotherapist, and I was to go for an assessment first, to an assessment in that particular place I was living at the time first, and then I was going to go to that particular therapist. Again, I remember the inner turmoil. I was like, Jessica, you're crazy. You're nuts. You're going to be assessed to see how psychic you are. Do you want to be crazy? Do you not want to be like everybody else who's normal? You're not normal. You want to perceive yourself as not normal. You want to deem yourself and doom yourself as mentally insane. That inner dialogue, it took over every moment of my waking moment. Obviously, the people in my life didn't hear about it, or barely heard about it. But it took over my inner waking moments, and I was torn. Am I going to go to the psychotherapist? First, I gotta be assessed to find out how mentally disturbed I am. Okay, it wasn't because of the concept of me being mentally disturbed. It was just a means of an assessment to get me to the right therapist. But that's just the inner dialogue, because that's how I was used to believing. If somebody's saying you to be assessed first, obviously you're crazy, blah, blah, blah. That was just the inner dialogue, the inner conversation, the inner interaction that was going on in my brain. That's my video today, episode 7, my transition. If you like this video, press the like button. And if you didn't like the video, which you might not like it because it was quite emotional, you're welcome to press the down button. If you have a comment, please feel free to leave it in the comment section down below. And I can be contacted privately on Instagram, LinkedIn, email, and Facebook. I will leave the links down below. I'm going to also leave the links to my first 6 episodes on this topic. My transition. Scary, but very poignant and very, very important to get out there. Next week's episode 8, on next week's episode 8, I will be talking about the continuum of what happened when I was going through this inner dialogue, this inner turmoil. Do I go to a therapist? Do I go to be assessed? Do I not? That's on next week's video, episode 8. If you have any comments, please feel free to share the comments down below. Or like I said, I can be contacted on various different links on Facebook, LinkedIn, email, and Instagram. And please feel free to share away this video with your friends, your family, whoever you think might gain from this video, from these episodes. Please feel free to share away. I give you my full permission. Feel free to share away. And if you haven't subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, press that subscribe button. It's that easy. I look forward to seeing you in my next video.